Ladies and gentlemen, it is fair to say that the drama space for gacha games has been quite active recently. And what I had the privilege of doing was having a bit of a discussion with the good old bald man himself regarding the matter, specifically when it comes to Wuthering Waves and version 2.5, its story, and all of that. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into that call. Enjoy.
Do you have like 5 minutes?
Yeah. I just started a stream.
There's been a lot of angry people on the internet, on Twitter and all that. And, I've been out of control, as I have been. I understand that you and Jenna are having your beef, and I'm not going to interfere in that at all. If you can just give me like a TLDR, if possible. What did Jenna do that was bad?
Starting from the top down, right? The biggest meme out of the entire situation, the 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
I think there's been a lot of discussion going back and forth, right? About the whole, like, this 7 out of 10 was the reason why this entire, cascade started. It's like, it's the first domino that fell. And I can agree with that perspective. Right. The 7 out of 10 score, I think, is what caught a lot of people's attention. And then once that attention is caught, right, that leads people into like looking into, all right, why was the rating like this? There are a lot of CCs that gave like a 7 out of 10 score. By a lot, I mean, not actually that many.
I gave a 7 and then I rewatched it. And I think I gave it like an 8.5 or a 9 for, once again, for like Wuthering Waves story. In terms of like everything, it was all right. Like, I don't think it beats Freerun. I don't think it beats like
definitely
Vinland Saga. But yeah, I mean it was pretty good for gacha game story. Like they did come a long way with that.
Yeah, absolutely right. And I think most people are judging it on like the kind of like gacha scale. And I know that one thing that Jenna did was actually clarify that he was judging it on like an entire game scale. I actually saw that, right? The news kind of came out in like spurts, right? First, it was like Jenazad gave out the 7 out of 10 score. Somebody made like that meme. I actually reacted to that one, and I was like, I think his score is like pretty reasonable, right? He even said before he's like deflating it a little bit in this in terms of gacha by comparing it to like regular games like Expedition 33 and stuff. All I said in regards to that initially was he probably should have just said like 7 out of 10 on the normal game scale and then gave like an adjusted gacha game rating where it's like you do the minus -2 for Mr. Pokey or the -5 for Mr. Pokey. You do like the plus whatever, right, for a gacha game or for like a Jenna rating, right? Sure. And then that would like just kind
of. Jenna and I haven't really talked about this at all. But the one time we did, I was just like, bro, just compare it to just like gacha games and then just get on with it. But he was like, nah, I'm good. I kind of like this. And I say, okay, do whatever you want then. Yeah, there's this idea of Jenazad where people are saying that it was like a mask off moment where he had a giant ego, but I'm confused. I thought it was very obvious that he's always had a giant ego.
I guess the thing is that I think that whole like mask off ego explosion thing, it happened after the reaction. I would say when it was just all around the 7 out of 10, people are like listening to the reasoning, blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like there was any drama at all.
Yeah, like the reason why I invited Jenazad to move in with me, which by the way, he'll be moving out soon because I'm selling my house. I invited him to live with me because I knew he had a big ego. So I thought that was just obvious. People were saying it's like an enviosity Mr. Pokey like mask off moment, but it's like, have people not seen him play Epic 7? Obviously he's had a big ego.
I guess it's where the ego is directed. I would like actually compare it to you. They like your brand of ego where you'll take your ego, you'll go in and you'll use it to like embellish situations, not and like direct it towards like the content only. I think the issue with Jenazad in this situation is that he took his ego and then he directed it towards like, obviously we heard the explanation, right? Not necessarily directed toward his community, but the way that he worded it and the things that he was saying made it seem like it was like going like inward and then like kind of like into his like own consumer base, right? I guess the way that I would word it is like you taking your ego and then while you're reacting to like an Asmongold video, like using that ego to like insult Asmon viewers for like something. That's kind of like how I would like compare the situations between the two. And that's why this whole situation kind of like exploded. It was after Jenazad's, clip where he went ahead and he was, saying the whole, I'm going to Kurofest, all of that. That's when I think the situation blew up. I think that prior to that, and then prior to him sort of like crashing out on stream, there was like nothing. I don't think that there was like really that much of an issue at all. There were a couple of YouTube comments and then like one Twitter thread of Sony making fun of the 7 out of 10 score. But then afterwards, right? After people saw the react, they saw the Kuro Fest and stuff like that. That's where I think stuff started getting crazy. And I think that's where the whole discussion about the 7 out of 10 versus it mattering and it not mattering has kind of like went forward from there. Because I think the 7 out of 10 started the discussion, but there wasn't actually a real meaningful drama until people like poked into the reasoning and then got that kind of like ego-fueled reaction. Because
I just think people are just really bored.
when we think about the 7 out of 10s, you gave one. You addressed it. You said I got sort of like fucked over by the sponsor. I was like distracted with all this other stuff going on.
I actually dropped Wuthering Waves as a sponsor because we couldn't come to an agreement.
About the story, right?
Yeah, but I think I might be able to get one in the future, but I'm okay with that because I want to be able to do the story off sponsor, and I was going to play anyways, and I think it'll be nice for just people to see me play Wuthering Waves without being sponsored, because people will assume that I only play for the sponsor, which just isn't true.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot easier to address that when you play it when you're not sponsored.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do genuinely just think that I think people are just bored. They don't really know what to do. There's not really anything going on in the gacha space. When nothing goes on in the gacha space, they look towards me to entertain them. Mm-hmm. And now that Jenna's moved in with me, they realize, oh, we can take Jenna and say, Tectone's protecting his snowflake roommate, ba 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 ba, which I'm just like, I'm just tired of that. I think me 6 months ago would have been all about farming the situation, but I think it's your turn, man. I think you need to just fill the role that I had, because this shit to me is just not interesting at all. It's really not interesting.
Yeah, I guess the thing is that, like, I can understand that, like, I've already addressed this before, right? This is something that you're, like, inherently going to be tied to because of, like, the proximity and because, like, you both sort of, like, well, you did, maybe not so much anymore, operate, like, in the same space. I think that you're just, like, intrinsically tied to the issue. Not because there was anything wrong with, like, Jenna coming into your room to, like, talk about the situation, but it's just, that's just something that happened, right? Regardless of whatever, it's like you're just intrinsically involved.
Any issue that happens, the community makes it about me. Even when it's you. And they say, Tectone caused this issue because he spotlighted Saint Tontas. Tectone created a bunch of mini Tectones, and it's like, I'm just trying to highlight smaller CCs. I feel like there is no way for any issue to happen in this space, because I am curious if you can name one. What was the last issue in the gacha space that people weren't blaming me for?
The last issue in the gacha space that people were not blaming you for, global passives? Or is
even I was being called, dude, even Mr. Pokey made that about me, where he said, he was saying that morals.
He bullied you into not pulling Castorus. Right. Yeah, there was something that, that somehow got directed back at you. You're right.
No matter what happens, the community will say, it's because Tectone. Like, I mean, I swear to God, I've mentally raped all these fucking Twitter users where I'm the only thing they can fucking talk about. It is incredibly exhausting.
Wait, yeah, ZZZ anniversary rewards also somehow got linked to you. You're right. Yeah. I guess the thing is that what you're feeling about getting, like, tied into and sort of, like, dragged down by these situations is a bit about, like, you know, kind of like what I felt hearing about all this stuff about the Wuwa community, right? Because I guess, like, just for examples purposes, right? My video that I dropped today is calling the Whimpering Waste 2.5 reset a steaming pile of, like, almost even pay-to-win dog shit. And that thing has, like,
that bad?
Yeah, it is. It's fucking awful, right? And it has, like, a 96% like ratio. It's 2.5's Weewa reset is a disaster. And then the thumbnail literally is Kuro Games got greedy. And that has a 96% like ratio.
When I said the community of Wuthering Waves is as bad as Genshin's, I should have said the Twitter community. Mm-hmm. And only current Genshin, because old Genshin, it's very hard to tell what the statute of limitations is for how much we can go to community for their past actions. Now, they did do the harassment towards the VAs as well as the cat thing, but that was a very long time ago. Yeah. And I don't know if we're still within our rights to do that guilt. It's kind of like slavery. How long can we guilt white people for having slaves? Like, how long until we let these people move on? So yeah, it's very hard for me to tell. But I think the on-Twitter community of Wuthering Waves is very good, as well as the game is very good. Mm-hmm. But maybe I should be a little bit more specific with my verbiage.
I think that's the same issue that Genazod had. Because when you, like, go into, like, his apology and stuff, right? It's a bit like, I understand the reasoning of why he said what he said. but there's kind of like, it's kind of like hidden underneath a bunch of different layers. When you think about like the 7 out of 10, and then all the other creators that gave it, you gave it 1, Fob gave it 1, and then Jenna gave it 1.
Fob gave it a 7?
Fob gave it a 7, and that's what I'm saying. Fob gave it a 7, and just statistically speaking, right, has a higher CCV on average than Jenna. Fob gave it a 7, and then nobody heard anything about it. And that's what I'm saying is like the difference, right? 2 people both gave a 7 out of 10. One turns into a drama with less CCV and less viewers. The other one just goes right through it, no issue at all, with double the CCV.
I genuinely think it's my fault, because if you go after Fob, there is no way to link Fob to me. But if you go after Jenna, there is a way to link it to me.
You think that if Fob was closer to you, they would have jumped on Fob for it?
Yes. I think Fob has done a very good job of disengaging himself from being considered a quote-unquote Tectone orbiter. Because if you are labeled a Tectone orbiter, people treat you much worse.
That's an interesting theory.
I'm also a very, very, very paranoid man, but I'll be real, man. Like, if you can link something to Tectone bad in this community, you will get insane views. You will get insane likes. What does Fob think?
He said, listen, I'd give it a 9, Chad, if Furlova was cuter.
I think Fob is a very good businessman, and he understands that him being linked to me is inherently a negative in this community. I think that it could be possible. You see, even Fob thinks it's possible.
I think that should be possible, but I also do think Jenna shouldn't have engaged with the trolls as much. I guess this is the thing, Tech. I don't think this drama, I don't think the situation would have gone anywhere. It wouldn't have gone anywhere if we didn't have sort of like the pseudo envy moment. I spend more money than you. I play the game more than you. I'm going to Curlfest. When you see that clip, the reason why that clip occurred, the quote literally was, you were yapping too much during the story. And that's like the direct point of feedback that was in his YouTube, now deleted videos comment section. And so when that is like the prompt for Curlbots are retarded, waste of space, don't deserve, like, you know, too stupid to live, whatever. It makes it seem like that's like the response to someone saying you were talking a little bit too much during the story.
Fob's video got a 25% dislike rate.
Oh, that's Fob reacting after the story and just making fun of people that liked it. That video is crazy. That's like several days after the story. He just starts pulling up people and making fun of them for liking the story. I'm not even joking. It's a wild video. I reacted to like a quarter of it, and I was like, "Why did you even upload this?"
That's so funny.
You should just watch part of it for comedic purposes.
I'm just not interested. A lot of these people are saying that like you're moving away from the gacha community. You're moving away. Not really. There's just not really anything going on.
It's not good right now. Gacha's so bad right now.
Yeah, if there was anything going on, I'd be there. But like I'm doing the exact same content just to a larger scale right now. Like people, instead of shit talking Hoyoverse a company, I'm shit talking Twitch a company. Instead of shit talking the problematic gacha creators, I'm shit talking the mainstream problematic creators. It's legit the exact same content, which is why I don't know why more people just don't do that. I don't feel like going live and doing I don't know how you do it, dude. I don't want to go live and do my dailies on Wuwa. I don't want to go live and do my dailies on Uma. I've just been playing gacha games offline. Like I just got my free SSR ticket on fucking Uma Musume last night. I popped that shit with Sophia. She got another Super Creek, which was big. There's like actually fucking nothing. You want to know how I know it's really bad?
Yeah.
I'm excited for Nod Cry.
I'm not gonna lie. I got it's there's quite a bit in there that feels like nostalgic in like a good way, right? And I think you bring up a great point, because it's just like everyone's just waiting for a new release, and there's just not a lot of hope for what was originally like the space's biggest titles. Like who's looking forward to ZZZ 2.2?
Nobody cares.
Who's looking forward to Honkai Star Rail 3.5? 3.6.
Mr. Pokey. Other than that, nobody cares.
Yeah, and then the thing is, it's like, I feel like the only thing people are looking forward to in Gacha right now, realistically, is like the new Wuwa versions. But you also know that the new Wuwa versions, they go big patch, then small patch, then big patch. Right? And so you know it's gonna be like, unfortunately, right, 42 more days until another relatively higher quality patch. And so that's like 42 days that you know at a baseline, it's going to be kind of like ass. And it's just, if there were other good games in the space to actually play right now, it would be different. People say I hate Zenless Zone Zero. It's because I actually want the game to be like good and I see the potential there. But the story in that game is just like, what the fuck did you do after version 1.4? It's like, what the fuck is even going on here? And then Honkai Star Rail is just like, all right, brother, like if you're not paying money, you literally can't have fun in this game. It's so
it's true. It's true.
It's difficult to think about the path ahead. And so many people have like quit all these games, and I feel like everyone's just looking forward to a new release. And a lot of people are saying Uma Musume. Guys, I feel like half the reason why Uma Musume is big is because of what we were talking about, because there's nothing else to fucking play. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't feel like Uma Musume really has like the gameplay. The gameplay that many of you are like, you know, accustomed to in a gacha. It's kind of like more like a management sim, right? At a baseline, and that's not really like. Wait, you're gonna show a 6-hour playthrough of that on, or a 2-hour playthrough of that on YouTube?
Let me explain. I want to explain to chat why they don't understand why it's not a stream game. Uma Musume is currently my favorite gacha game, but there's a reason why I'm playing it offline more than online. I do my dailies every day. I missed yesterday, but I do usually do my dailies every single day. I do my career playthroughs, but the problem is it's very automated content, and once you get past the initial hype phase of starting a new game, it becomes very chore-like very quickly. It's the same gameplay loop over and over and over and over again very quickly, and we already know what's coming, so a lot of the hype is kind of like lost there. Like, you know, with the Kita-san Black was really cool, but like when Uma Musume dropped, I played it every single day on stream for like 2 weeks. I even brought like my brother on. I got naked on stream. I dropped a fucking $1,000 on Kita-san, but the gameplay loop isn't being updated for a while. And I know if I were to play that on stream and do the same gameplay loop over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, well, then I would just get burnt out and I would hate the game. And I don't want to kill the enjoyment of the game, which is why I'm choosing to not stream it. The problem with this game is there is no exploration. There is no like real story. Like you can, I guess you can talk to the Umas and do their little stories. I'm not interested personally.
It's like Genshin.
Maybe the story's very good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd rather just watch the fucking anime. But like, there's no real way to dick around. It's like you can either sit there and look at the title screen or you can do the same gameplay career loop, but I'm just like not interested in doing that. It had its good phase. But like, if you guys know, when Uma Musume, and I'll pull up some real numbers here, when Uma Musume dropped, it had over, 120,000 viewers watching within like the first like week. And if you pull up Uma Musume now, it's dropped down to 7,000 viewers, and then you sort by English, and it has less than 1,000, right? Because the gameplay loop gets very stagnant very quick, and there's only so many times you can get hyped for a race. Once you actually know the stat requirements that you hit, you'd have to fake a lot of excitement. Like now you know, oh, if I hit this speed and these stats by this part, then I win the race. So it loses a lot of that enjoyment. So until a new gameplay loop comes out, it's not really that good of a stream game for anybody who doesn't want to kill their enjoyment of the game. That take is fine. It's big because nothing's happening is an L take. Oh, yeah, I think Uma Musume is just big because it's good. Me and Sato's can agree to disagree. Do you actually only think it's big because nothing else is happening?
I don't think that's the only reason. I think it's a huge I think it's a huge contributing
factor. It's like a big benefit.
Yeah. I don't think it's a... I think that the results would not be as high if there were a lot of good updates happening right now. Like, imagine if, like, Genshin 4.0, Wuthering Waves 2.0, and then, like, Honkai Star Rail 1.4 all were happening at the same... And ZZZ 1.4 were all happening at the same time.
I think it definitely dropped at a very, very, very good time. Yeah, I think the next big releases that I'm actually excited to play are Chaos Zero Nightmare, Silver Palace, Azure Pamelia. But yeah.
For me, it's like Rewinding Cadence, Silver Palace, Ananta. We still need to see Ananta gameplay, but I feel like
even Duet 9 Abyss. Duet 9 Abyss is actually really fun.
Right, that one too. Yeah, the customization in that game is absolutely like nuts. Like there are like upgrade system with all the different. The creativity in that game is gonna be crazy. If people do, if it starts getting like a pretty like robust like meta in the end game.
Enfield as well. My biggest issue is
there's something huge for Enfield. They changed the dodge system. Right now, it has they added perfect dodges. You restore SP on a dodge. I think you get like less dodges, and now dodges don't interrupt your attack string. Or if you perfect dodge, it'll like put you to the last hit and then get you your SP too. They made the combat, at least the dodge system, more like Wuthering Waves, so that there's more of like a meaningful like reward for it.
I wonder how people are going to feel about that, because now
the elitists are angry. They're screaming right now. They're like, give us our clunky game system back. I want to master this one clunky system that nobody else wants to play so that I can be better than everybody else because I'm the only one that learned how to do this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can definitely see that as a viewpoint. I would also like to think, I think the gacha community is very angry at me because they thought I would be their slave forever, and they don't like how Dabi has his freedom now. And now I play the games when I want to play it. Yeah, I have the sock. I'm a free boy now. and now I only play when I want to. No one's angry at you. Have you been online? Have you been online? Dude, every single content creator that I have butt fucked in front of everybody's like, I always knew he was weird. This is what he always does. He plays a game and then he quits it. Yeah, no shit. Just like every human being in history should. Want some proof? Oh, hey chatters, how's your Pokemon Blue doing? How's your Pokemon Yellow doing? How's Pokemon Ruby doing? How's your World of Warcraft account? Yeah, how is your Adventure Quest Online account? How's your Neopets? Did you quit? Your Neopet is dying right now. Sometimes people play a game and then they stop playing a game. That's like what normal human beings do. Speaking of which, I've been thinking about playing World of Warcraft again recently.
People have been asking me to play that as well. I feel like that's what I think is kind of like an indicative sign that like Gacha is truly in the depths right now. When we have people starting to play old school RuneScape and World of Warcraft, you know the space is fucking cooked.
I will say I am very, and I want to glaze you a little bit. I know you don't like Genocide, and I know Genocide doesn't like you. And I think you guys both have every reason to be disingenuous and shit on each other right now. Mm-hmm. But I think overall, you've kept yourself incredibly fair for what you've said on this call towards me. I think you've been incredibly fair. And so, fucking big W's for that. I would also like to say, when I was starting to separate myself from the Gacha community, you, as well as many other creators, had the opportunity to completely fuck on me, and none of you did, as everybody said that you would. And I just want to say another fucking massive W's to you, as well as many other creators. And I want to say this generally, something else. I think you had the biggest opportunity to fuck me over. Really? And you didn't do it when everybody said that you would. And I said you weren't going to do that because I think you're a good dude. So, I mean, just wanted to say I respect the fuck out of that, dude.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. And I think the thing is just like, a lot of people kind of like get this notion that I'm like your yes man, that I'm always going to agree with you on stuff and that we're never going to have like our differences. And the thing is that like even in like the past month alone, right? We've already disagreed on like 3, 4, like 5 different things, but we know how to keep it cordial. We know how to keep it civil. We just say, okay, like we just have a difference of opinion here, but we have our reasons for why we have a difference of opinion. It's not like, we're like calling each other retarded off stream. I don't think a lot of people realize that can actually happen. Adults can disagree on things and then not like freak out and start throwing shit at each other.
I know me and you disagreed about the voice actor thing, and we just talked it out in DMs, and it's just not a really big deal.
I guess the notion or like the rumor that I would like fuck you over, I'm gonna be real here. I don't really see like where it's coming from, to be honest. Maybe like you got like people like whispering in your ear behind the scenes that like, oh, I'm gonna like do this, but I'm gonna be real with you. The thought of it hasn't really crossed my mind
until right now.
Because the thing is, you said you were scared of me being the one that had like the most opportunity to fuck you, and I was like, that's what actually threw me back. I was like surprised by that because I was like, wait, when? What? Why? How?
So the reason why people are saying that is in the Gacha community, they do mold fillings. And what mold fillings are is when one person does something that people remember, they try to fit other people into that same mold.
Oh.
Everybody's looking for the new Enviosity mask off moment. Everybody's looking for the new Mr. Pokey mask off, Mr. Neutral, Ego Explosion. Everybody's looking for the next person to stab me in the back. Everybody's looking for the next Hoyo shill. Which, by the way, if you ever want some tea, man, the things I've learned from Hoyoverse employees about what creators they're supporting behind the scenes that the creators aren't disclosing, man, there is so much good drama slap that I want you to cover, not me. I no longer care. For now, I do not care until they come at me, in which case I'll just fucking end their career. But I'm good, man.
I'm looking forward to that news because I feel like I already see bits and pieces of it already. Personally,
yeah,
I think I see it in some of the, let's just talk about it this way. Have you seen a single Zenless Zone Zero creator that isn't partnered with Hoyoverse?
There's Zenless Zone Zero creators? I didn't even know that. I couldn't even name you one. Who is even playing that game? I'm not even joking. Like, who is playing that game?
I'm sorry, I'm like dying on stream right now. Okay. That's what I mean. My headcanon has been, nobody covers that game unless they're getting paid to.
Yeah.
And what does that mean for the game's like narrative? Whenever they fuck shit up and do dumb stuff, nobody ever nobody ever talks about it.
Yeah. I actually like Zenless Zone Zero because the characters are so fucking hot. That's like full stop. Like that's the only thing I like about the game.
Yeah.
I love how like goonable the characters are. I mean, they are in my opinion, the hottest characters in Gacha gaming. Although that being said, Lupa makes me fucking weak. Holy fuck. Like, bro, there's this content creator called Fear S, and they made a porn video of Lupa drinking energy drinks, like femdoming the fuck out of Rover, like making him come, taking another shot of their energy drink, and then fucking them, covering their mouth while she fucks them behind a bush and there's guards patrolling. Bro, it's so hot. Oh, God, dude. That shit is insane. Anyways, yeah, the creator is Fear S on Twitter, guys. FEARESS, Lupa. It's so hot. It's crazy. It's like a 6.5 minute video. It's nuts.
Hashtag
I'm just saying, bro. Gacha porn is crazy, bro. Yeah, so, dude, I think you should get a Gacha podcast going on sometime, man.
I don't know. This sounds like to me like an admission from you that sounds like there might not be too many more Gacha casts in the future.
There will be for new releases, but for the day-to-days, man, I really think that you should just bring it back. You have my blessing.
Okay, you know what? Maybe we do do a little bit of that. An inaugural. I feel like having something weekly would be nice, just to help fill in. Yeah, let's do weekly Gacha cast, guys, instead of causing drama. Yeah, let's do that one instead, guys. Let's direct our efforts towards a fruitful purpose.
This one guy says, "Classic Tectone. I have this information, but I actually have no information." Hold up, real quick. I gotta hold up. I gotta talk to this guy. This guy just followed today. Tectone mad that Wuthering Waves is getting shit on by every Hoyo game. I don't care. Tectone doesn't understand that people play ZZZ without the need for streamers to play the game, unlike WW. So the thing is, Cross-Age Dragon, is that interest of viewers will also correlate with interest of players. Because if people are enjoying the game, they're gonna want to watch people play that game. Does that help?
You should also ask him why ZZZ had a Twitch viewership program.
I am curious, Cross-Age Dragon. What about me seems angry right now? I don't think I could be more calm if I tried. Also, would you like to give an example of I have this information but actually have no information? What is something that I have yet to deliver on? For I have this information, but I don't have this information. I am curious. Viewbotting streamers, if you want to know about that, hit up the streamer Braxophone. He'll give you more information. It's on my place to talk about it. And also, I have talked about that multiple times. To be fair, Musume made billions before it blew up in the West, and Twitch is not entirely true. Yeah, Musume was very popular in Japan. But yeah, by the way, if you do a Gacha podcast, feel free to invite me to any and all things that you do. I'll definitely partake if you want to make that thing happen.
All right. Well, I think we'll start to get planning then.
Are you still good with the people in the Gacha space?
I would like to think so. Obviously, you saw the stuff with like Gacha Smack and I fucking around with each other for like the past couple of days. Happy to have like we were just on a podcast with fucking Brand Online Brax Cap the other day. Hit some people up. Yeah, we had a story discussion.
2.5 Huwa?
Yeah. It was a 2.5 breakdown podcast.
Who led that podcast?
I think it was Cap.
Yeah, Cap is they're quirky. Bran is definitely a guy to keep your eye on. He is doing everything right now, and I think his channel is gonna blow the fuck up. I think he'll be the next to and once again, guys, it's not like any of us want to leave the Gacha space, right? We love the Gacha space. We've been a part of this for a very long time, but it's nice having the option to do other things. And I've still asked you to make the more Tone Toss channel, Sam.
I keep thinking about it, and then I'm also like, oh man, I don't want to like half-ass it either, because I don't want to like just be like, oh yeah, just drop one video here a week and then forget about it, which I know happens with like a lot of more channels. I feel like there are very few people that end up like actually maintaining their second channel. Like it sort of just gets like one or two and then forgotten about.
Sure. Well then post it on your main channel. Just post more varied content on your main channel.
That's another way to go about it too. It's just I don't know, man. Sometimes it's like you get that urge or that desire to do that when the space is like slow. But then when stuff starts like picking back up again, I feel like it's really easy to like also let it go to the wayside because there's like so much stuff to actually do in the game.
No, but just let it go to the wayside. Who cares? What is the point of limiting yourself to just Gacha content? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When there's an opportunity to talk about other things, just talk about other things.
I imagine like with the way that the algo and like impressions work, it's like you'll cultivate almost like a secondary audience while you're in like the variety phase, and then like when you start going back to like regular Gacha content, then like it's almost like you're readjusting that. So it's kind of like I guess for me it's like I'm probably over analyzing it from that perspective. because like I think a lot about like analytics and stuff like that. I think about the trends a lot of like viewership.
I can hear by the way you're interrupting your own thoughts is how much you're overanalyzing this right now. So if something big's happening, just talk about it and then continue upon your day.
Hey man, this is like, hey, the YouTube channel's the main money maker, man. If I'm not overanalyzing, I feel like I might be doing something wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna bounce. It was good talking, man. And,
For sure, dude.
Have a good stream, bro.
All right, you too, man. Hope you, hope you take it easy, man. What did you all think was gonna happen during that discussion? I bet a bunch of y'all thought there was gonna be drama out of that one. Yeah, I bet a lot of y'all thought we were gonna, like, gonna have a verbal disagreement and start yelling at each other, right? Bet y'all expected World War III, didn't ya? Yeah, it's nothing too crazy, guys.